Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another build video in The Sims 4. I'm actually at the Cancer Generation house of the Zodiac Challenge Let's Play, and it is finally time to do a house expansion. The time has come. We can't wait any longer. We only have 12,000 simoleons, which is not that much money in The Sims, but in the last episode of the series, Blaze aged up into a kid, and currently the kids are sharing this teeny tiny little nursery, and I feel like he's outgrown it at this point. We have to get him his own bedroom, and I'm hoping that we can figure out some way to move Augusta also and turn this into Kaysen's office so we can get our big chunky clunky computer off of our dining table and into a study or an office type room. But we shall see how much we are able to expand the house with 12,000 simoleons. I'm still going to be pretty frugal because I feel like we're going to have to be, but the first thing we need to work on is the exterior of the house. We need to actually expand the house. So I'm going to try to get us some better lighting, although I think it's just a weird time of day in the game. So this may be the best lighting that we can do. I'm also hoping that we can get some playground equipment in the backyard because right now our backyard is a little tragic. I try not to look at it, honestly, but hopefully we can spruce that up a little bit. If not, we'll do another house expansion some other time. So this was my original plan, was that I was going to add on to the house right here. I don't know if it's going to be enough space now that I'm thinking about everything that we need to add into this space. We could add a bit of a bump out over here if we had to. We could do just a little small bump out, maybe 3 or 4 tiles. I feel like we need an extra bathroom in this build, and I guess we could put one there. We could put like a half bath there. We'll just bump these windows up here. I feel like we want to kind of keep the same style, so I don't know if 2 flower boxes is going to be a little too much. I feel like it may be. Maybe we need the longer windows, actually. I'm using the horse ranch windows for this build, and I think there's a longer option like this one. That actually might look a bit weird. Let's see how it looks if I put the roof back on it. I don't know that I hate that. I'm gonna let it stay there for a little while and then I'll decide. And then we'll just put a little simple roof piece here. I also forgot about my columns. I need to add some columns over here. I don't think that this area is going to have enough space for a window, but I feel like it needs something though at the same time. I feel like I don't like this. We're already down to 10,000 simoleons just with me adding that to the house. You know what? I wonder if we should actually just put this spot on the other side of the build. I don't know why. I'm just not liking how it looks right there. I don't think there's anywhere to add it over here. Oh my goodness. This side of the build is looking pretty rough. I don't think it looked this bad until I expanded the house. Now it looks a bit tragic. I wonder if we did a bit of a bump out. Okay, hear me out. I wonder if we did a little bump out right here and then we added some columns underneath it. I mean, it's a bit weird. It kind of throws off the vibe of the house. Now there's this weird sticky outy part that makes it look a bit like a chicken house for some reason. That's what it's making me think of. Like, I feel like there should be chickens in there. I don't like that, actually. No, that's a no. We do either have to put some trees over here or some windows. This area is not going to be able to stay like this. This is not good. Maybe I could grab some of those trees, these cypress trees, and I could use those to kind of cover up this weird spot. I might have to get rid of this little shrub that I had in the corner and reconfigure some of the landscaping, but I think this will help this area. I went so overboard on the landscaping of this house because I was on such a strict budget. This was a starter house if you guys never saw this original build. So I had 20,000 simoleons and I just completely went overboard with the landscaping. I was throwing landscaping everywhere. Am I using the right window? This window looks a little bit smaller. I wonder if I can afford another one of these lights. I couldn't when I first built this. I couldn't afford that, or I would have put it back there, but maybe now we can. How expensive is it? I didn't even look at that. 45 simoleons. We can do that. Okay, so now before we do anything else, I need to figure out the interior where the stairs are going to lay and like figure out how much space we have, see if we need to add in another bump out. But also, I think we may just have to change these windows out. I bet I just deleted my curtains, didn't I? But these long windows aren't actually going to look good because my kitchen is behind there, and so it makes the counters look weird. So no, 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 we're not going to do that. We're going to keep the little windows. I think it actually looks fine. I'm not bothered by it. I'm fine with it. Let's go into the interior and place the staircase. I already actually have a place for the stairs, and I'm hoping that my table will still be functional. I'm a little bit nervous about this, but I knew I wanted my stairs to go right here. I just need to find the right swatch. Let's see. Maybe these for rent stairs. Can't intersect with walls. Oh no, this isn't going to work actually. This is not good. I am going to have to add in a little bump out. I have a very specific place that I need to place my stairs, and I'm just going to have to make everything work around that because this house is small and there are not a lot of options. Right there. That's where I want them, which is of course going to mess up my marriage certificate. I'm going to have to move that. And also it is going to kind of cause some issues with my table, but I could scoot the table over a little bit and maybe we could kind of turn it and that might still be functional. It's questionable. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. And I know it kind of cramps the area. It actually doesn't look good. I was hoping it would look better than that. It doesn't look good at all. I'm going to try a few different stairs and see if it gets better. Like this one doesn't look as bad. Maybe it still looks a little bit cramped and small, but this house is tiny. For right now, I'm gonna go with the fact that the stairs are placed there because that is where I planned on placing the stairs the whole time. We actually could scoot the bump out in one if we wanted to and it wouldn't affect the stairs. If we do that, we could place a little half bath, which I think is really important because so far in this house we have 4 Sims and 1 bathroom. So I feel like it would help out. Even just having a half bath, I feel like would be very nice. I don't know why I'm placing the exterior wallpaper on the interior. That is not what we're going to be doing. I know that I need to get at least 1 bedroom up here. And I was hoping that Blaze and Augusta would not have to share a bedroom because they don't actually like each other right now. I'm hoping that'll get better as they get older. But as of right this second, they do not get along. Augusta's very aggressive. She's our toddler and she's kind of mean to him, honestly. She's very mean to him. Technically, I could close off a little space over here and I could make this into a bedroom, but that kind of messes up the bathroom situation because then the half bath would be connected to one of the kids' rooms. I could also get bunk beds and make them share a room even though they don't get along, and then I would have this whole upstairs area to do something else with, like adding a full bath instead of a half bath. That would be more helpful for us. But another thing that I'm trying to achieve with this house expansion is finding a place to display Waverly's sculptures because she has to make all of the woodworking sculptures if you guys are not familiar with the Let's Play. So I kind of need a place to display them, and I could turn this half bath area into a shelving unit of sorts and kind of put on display some of the sculptures. There's actually a ton of them. I have them downstairs right now. I have some of them in the inventory actually, and we haven't finished making all of them, but I have a few of them down here, and I was thinking we could leave the knife block down here in the kitchen because that makes sense. And then we can find some other places throughout the house to put some of the other sculptures as well so that they're not all in the same spot. But what I was kind of envisioning was it having at least one spot where we do a nice archway. Oh, this one is perfect. Let's do this. The happy birthday archway. I think that's what this is. No, it just says wider prairie style entry frame. I thought this came with one of the birthday updates, but either way, it's perfect. So I was thinking we could do like a little display of sculptures in here, and that does put the kids having to share a room, but I feel like it's fine. It's fine. They need to learn to get along. I'm going to do a bit of an accent wall back behind this little area. Maybe the whole thing can be this purple color. I also need to get some railing before I spend all the money. What kind of railing should we use? I think so far in this build, I have not used any railing whatsoever because I couldn't afford it. Maybe growing together, that kind of matches our doors. The doors are from the Seasons pack, so I could also look at the Seasons railing. That might look better, honestly. Yeah, it's a little bit more simple. I kind of like that. It's also a little cheaper, and I really like that. I also don't know if I want to put railing on these stairs just because of where they're at. I feel like it's not going to look good, even though in reality, that's probably a safety hazard. But this is The Sims, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's pick out some wallpaper for Blaze. His color, the theme that I'm going with for his generation is going to be an orange. He's a fire sign, by the way. He's a Leo. We do have this wallpaper from the high school years pack, which is fun, but it's also got some blues in there. So let's see what our other options are. I think I'm going to say no to the high school years wallpaper, and I'm going to use this instead because we use that same wallpaper with a purple swatch in some places in the house. So let's do that. But now I'm not so sure about this wallpaper. Orange is a very bold color to build with. We could do this one. This is kind of a bit toned down. I don't know. We may change that, but let's move on to the bathroom. The bathroom, I'm actually just going to copy the same kind of wallpaper and everything that we had down there, like all the furnishings and stuff, which I think is pretty cheap furniture. I think that's the cheapest toilet we have in the game. But even though we're doing a little bit better than when I built this house, we are still kind of broke. I'm thinking that up here we could do a shower because we have a bathtub in the first floor bathroom, and the showers are cheaper than the bathtub shower combos. How much is this horse wrench shower? I don't want horses on it, but like this is kind of nice. I feel like this is the best option. And we do need some curtains up here. I feel like I've not picked out good curtains for this house because, you know, they're expensive, but I do use these from high school years in a couple places. Let's see if that would look okay in the bathroom. I think it does. I think that works. And then we can put the toilet over here on this wall. And instead of doing just a regular sink, I am going to spend a little extra money and I'm going to do cabinets with a sink on top of it because we can do a little bit of clutter and decorate it a little bit more. I'm probably going to regret that. I shouldn't be spending that money. Now we're down to 6,000 simoleons, 6,600. I'm going to spend 70 simoleons on this laundry basket. This is why I don't like building on a budget, because there's certain things that I just want, and toothbrushes are one of them, and soap as well. And the toothbrushes are 35 simoleons, but they add so much realism to the build. They just make me really happy. These little tiny decorations like this, but they're expensive. 55 simoleons for a soap holder. Also, we're gonna do 100 simoleon shower caddy back behind the toilet because I think it looks good. And then we just need a light switch, and I think I'm gonna call it a day with the bathroom right now. We can always go back and add more decorations, but I still have a lot of stuff that I need to get. We can't go too crazy right off the bat. Let's do the kids' room next. So we can sell Blaze's toddler bed. We can get rid of that. And now I'm gonna go on and get bunk beds because we have Augusta's toddler bed as well, but I feel like we need to just go on and invest in the bunk beds because we're gonna need them. I don't know that Blaze is gonna get an orange bed because I don't have very many good options. But we also could give Augusta the top bunk, and we could pick out a different bed for Blaze to go underneath it because I do have a couple good orange options as far as like single beds go. Well, maybe not that many of them, but I'm thinking about doing this one right here for Blaze because he is gonna have some musical interest as he grows up, and this one has guitars on it. So maybe we do something like that, but we still have to pick a swatch that looks decent in here. Okay, this might actually work. Let's sell the growing together one and we'll go with horse ranch. I'm gonna get one of these really small bedside tables to put by the bed for a little decoration. I think this one's pretty cheap. And then also we could put the dragon sculpture up here because Blaze is a fire sign. So that would be one way to display him. I am gonna try to make him a little bit bigger though, because I think that would be cute. And we need a nightlight, don't we? Augusta gets nightmares all the time, but do you get monster under the bed with bunk beds? Maybe with the bottom bunk. I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that. I'm gonna put a nightlight down just in case. I also have Blaze's pictures here, and I'll have to find somewhere else to put Augusta's, but I'm gonna have him front and center because he's the main character. And now that he's going to school, maybe we could get him an alarm clock as well. One of these little cute ones. Oh, and we have an orange swatch also. That is perfect. What else shall we put down for him? He's gonna be creative, so maybe some of that clutter from high school years, like this right here. I'm gonna have to rearrange some things though. And we have a little dog plushie that we could kind of stick over here in the corner corner. And I need to temporarily put Augusta's toddler bed somewhere. Where are we going to put it? We may put her in the hallway. Probably not, but I'll decorate the room and then I'll try to figure out somewhere that we can just put it temporarily because we're going to be getting rid of it soon enough. I'm going to do white curtains because I feel like the orange is a little too much. We have orange walls. That's enough. That's a statement. We could do the seasons curtains though. I think I like those better than those base game ones. Maybe I do need to go with the orange ones. Maybe I just need to full send this orange bedroom. And then Blaze is also going to need a violin and a activity table because he has the creative aspiration. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's something to do with creativity and you have to draw pictures and at some point you have to play a violin as well. So we'll get him the white one, I guess, and I'll put it over here by his bedside table. And then let's get the parenthood creativity table because I've never actually used this one before and it's kind of cute and it's orange, which is perfect. So we'll put it right here. I also have a couple of pictures that his parents drew on the bulletin board, the family bulletin board. So maybe we could put those back behind his little activity table. This one actually looks really good in the room with the color scheme. It's glitching out a bit though. Let me fix that. But look at that. That looks perfect for this room. I don't know which birth certificate belongs to who. Does it tell me if I swap back to live mode? No, it doesn't. Oh my goodness. I have mixed up their birth certificates. Okay, well, we're going to pretend like this one's Augusta's. And then also temporarily we can put her toddler potty right here. I don't know if she can climb stairs. I think she can. Hopefully she can. And I'm going to sell this chair that we have on the porch and put our rocking chair on the porch because I think it's so cute. We do need a different swatch though for out here. Maybe this darker one. Oh, this one. I like the color of that pillow. Okay. Back to the bedroom. We do have this rug that was in their nursery, but we could also upgrade that. We could try to find a better one. Ooh, like this. Oh, I just deleted the whole room. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. But like this one's kind of cool. I like that. And it's funky colors. It kind of brightens up the room a little bit, distracts from the white floors. I may have made it a little bit too big, actually. Let's do 1.5. And then their father actually got this couch from his work and we could put that in the room because honestly I'm running out of ideals of what to put up here, but we also do have to get this toddler bed in here, so maybe temporarily we put the couch up. I feel like we need something else and honestly I resent this toddler bed being in here. I feel like it throws off the whole vibe. Maybe we should change it to white. Maybe that looks better. I do want to use this couch though because I don't have anywhere else in this build to use this couch, so maybe I put up the dog temporarily. We put the couch in here and once Augusta ages up we'll kind of reconfigure this area because I'm not happy with this at all. But she needs the toddler bed right now. There's nothing I can do about it. At least this side of the room looks nice. If you just don't look at the other side of the room, this side's looking decent. We might actually could move the activity table and temporarily I'll put the toddler bed here. I feel like Augusta's probably like 2 days away from aging up. It's so annoying. But if we do that, we'll slide the couch back down and we could put the activity table here. I think that's going to block the door, so that is actually not a good plan. We'll put the couch there and we'll put the activity table here, and then once I'm able to get rid of the toddler bed we could get a little tiny TV for this bedroom so that we could have a gaming console up here for Blaze and that kind of stuff. So temporarily that's what we'll do. I really hate the fact that they're gonna have to share a room. Maybe I should try to figure out how to put a basement into this build, but we just don't have the room for it. Like I don't have enough room for another staircase. It's just not in the plan. I didn't plan for a basement, but a basement room would be cool though, you guys. It would be nice. We can't afford to do that today, even if I could figure out a place to put the staircase, but we may do that in the future when Blaze becomes a teenager, because I think it would actually be kind of cool to have a teenage basement themed room. And I feel like that's going to be the only solution because right now this is just a situation. I don't actually know if this toddler bed is going to be functional where I have it right now. Should I make Augusta sleep in the hallway? That's the question. I feel like it's a possibility. I'm gonna try to put the toddler bed here temporarily, and if it's not functional, I will have to figure that out, but that is a problem for future me. So let's move on to the hallway. And we got this dresser, I think, from some kind of a party that we threw. I'm guessing that's how we ended up with that because it was in our family inventory. But we could display some stuff over here, but I gotta figure out our little display area over here. Some of these sculptures are quite big, so they don't all fit on shelves like normal shelves. We could use these upper kitchen cabinets from Parenthood to kind of make a base, and then we can just use move objects and just kind of arrange everything like that. But I was also thinking that we could do one shelf maybe right in the middle, and I don't know exactly which shelf I want to use, but some of these smaller sculptures should snap onto that, and oh my gosh, that would actually be perfect. Look at that, all three of those fit perfectly. And we have the dragon sculpture in there with Blaze and the knife block in the kitchen, and that's all of the small sculptures. All the rest of them are very big, so we'll just kind of spread those out somehow, some way, somehow. We'll figure it out. We can probably get 2 of them on each side of this, and then some of them are slightly smaller, like this flirty sculpture. That could go right in the middle. That's gorgeous. I love that. There's also a large lumberjack sculpture, I think, that I have not made yet. We could put him over here somewhere. I need to leave a space for him. And then I have all of my flirty sculptures done, so I could go on and put those down so that I don't lose track, because I still have a lot of sculptures that I need to finish up, and I don't want to lose track of what I've already done. But I feel like that's a good start. And I also need somewhere to put my bulletin board because I had to move it from the kitchen. So I wonder if we could put it right here. I feel like it would look better if it was in the kitchen because I feel like that makes the most sense, but you know, we don't have room in the kitchen, so it is what it is. Also, we could put some of our sculptures over here on this guy, but we need a bit of a painting behind it. Let's see if we can afford one. Waverly is very into cooking and food, so we could do this one. We also have this thing, which looks like kids' drawings have been hung up. Actually, I like this one better. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, look at this little dolphin one. This playful dolphin sculpture. That's so cute. I'm still missing one playful sculpture, but I have 2 of them, so I'm gonna go on and put them on here. They actually snap to this dresser, which is handy. This sad one, this one is low-key my favorite. Look at that little guy. He is so adorable. I kind of want to place him right in the center. He can be the center of attention. This is also one of my saddest families that I've ever had. They stay sad all the time, so he is pretty on brand. He's pretty perfect for them. So cute. And then I also have this angry sculpture, and that's the last one I have, and I feel like I'm still gonna have to figure out somewhere to put a few extra ones because, like I said, we still have some more that we need to make. I just don't know if they're all gonna fit, but we do have to find a place for all of them. I could put the spiky angry ball down here like that. That's cute. Let's move on to Kaysen's study. I definitely need to change the wallpaper. I feel like he's such a sad sim that I want to change it into something a little bit darker and moodier, but at the same time I want it to match the rest of the house, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. We can try to go for a bit of color, but I don't want it to be totally dark and depressing. Like maybe this is good. This is from Vampires. We have the dark trim, but we also still have the white pretty wallpaper. I do need to change the curtains, and I think I'm just going to change them to the same ones that are in the living room. I think those are simple and they're cheap, which is what we love here. And he needs a desk. Ooh, this base game desk has a gray and purple swatch. Maybe I should do that. I might actually kind of scooch his desk in the corner because we don't have a lot of money to fill up this space with decoration, and this would make it look like it was a little bit more filled up, and we can get a floor lamp to go back behind it. We could do this one. This one's kind of cute. That lamp does not look like something Kaysen would pick out, but maybe Waverly picked it out for him. That's what we're gonna go with. But he does have a few decorations that he's unlocked from his career at this point. He has a clock that we can put on the wall, and we could actually change it to a white swatch, so that looks good. And then he also has this computer hard drive that we can kind of put in the floor. That would fill up a little bit of space. I feel like we need a plant. Oh, and I can sell one of these toddler sleeping bags at this point. You know what? I think I could sell both of them. We need the money. We don't need a sleeping bag. I'm not going on vacation with this family again, but I do need a cheap plant. Maybe this one from Seasons. I hardly ever use this plant. front. I don't know why, I just don't like it very much, but we could put it in here. It's fine. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It'll do. Then we can also grab a stack of books for Kaysen just to put next to his desk because he is a bookworm. He likes to read. Maybe we can eventually fit another bookcase in here also and maybe a cozy chair, but for now, we cannot afford that. I'm going to get him a little notebook unless we can get him a journal so he could journal out some of his feelings. We could. We have this private journal. I thought this was just for kids, but it looks like it also boosts the writing skill, so maybe adults could use it. I don't know. I'm going to put it down here and we'll see. We'll see if it's something that adults can use. You guys probably know the answer to that, but I do not. I just recently got the Parenthood pack, so I don't know how everything works yet. And then this little feather quill from Life and Death. This is only 40 simoleons. That's a great price. The desk still looks pretty empty. We'll get him some nectar bottles. There we go. Okay, there's Kaysen's study. Hopefully at some point we can get some artwork to put over here. And maybe we don't have enough room for a bookcase, or maybe we do. Maybe we have enough money right now. Maybe I'm just gonna go buy one. We already have a bookcase though. It's so unnecessary. We could pop it right here. That's kind of nice. This swatch kind of matches the trim of the room, but we still need a rug. Maybe this one from Parenthood. I feel like you can barely tell that's there though. Maybe we just do the fuzzy city living one. And at some point we will be able to afford a cozy reading chair for Kaysen as well. But for right now, I think that will do. I mean, it's better than it was. It's not the kitchen table. So there's that. He has an actual office space now for his programming. And that leaves us with 1900 simoleons. There is one thing that I wanted to get for the kitchen now that we got our sculptures moved out of here. I want to get one of the little Parenthood things, this little vase, the most special vase ever. We'll just do this swatch. It's kind of colorful. It's got a lot of different colors in it. So now the question is, do I keep trying to sort out this bedroom, or do I buy a swing set and sort this bedroom out later? I feel like it's a bit of a weird situation now. I think I'm going to move the toddler bed in the hallway. I think I'm going to put poor Augusta in the hallway, and I feel bad about it. I do, but it doesn't look good in that bedroom, and it's just bugging me. Boom, she's moved to the hallway temporarily until she ages up and earns her spot in this bedroom. And then we're going to get a little accent table, and I'm going to try to afford a little TV. We could do the Penguin TV. They actually have an orange swatch. We could do that. Can you play video games with the Penguin TV, or is it just for the kids network? We could do this TV. I kind of want to buy a gaming console as well, 400 simoleons, but I want Blaze to have a gaming console. I don't know why. I just feel like it fits his personality. Oh my goodness, I'm down to less than 1,000 simoleons. I feel like I'm gonna have to stop. I was gonna get one more piece of clutter or something to put down here. Maybe the clothes. How expensive is that? Surely that is not too expensive. It's literally a pile of dirty clothes. 50 simoleons. I feel like we can make that work. We can do that. Let's just kind of stick it underneath the dresser. I'll kind of scoot it's not a dresser. What is this? An accent table. I'll kind of scooch it over a little bit so you can see the pile of dirty laundry. And I think I'm gonna have to stop there. I really did want to buy a swing set, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford it. And I forgot about this situation right here. I'm gonna sell this vent that I bought. I'm gonna sell that because I don't think it looks good, but I don't want to put a window there because that's my sculpture wall. So I need something to cover up the fact that there's nothing there. Maybe some of this high school years ivy. Where is that at? Is it expensive? It's kind of expensive, honestly. The flowers from Get Together are cheaper, but the ivy does look nice. We could do just two pieces of ivy. That's it. That's all I'm doing, and that looks good. There's still so much that I want to do to this house. I feel like there's so many things that we still need. We should be able to make some more money soon, and we could do another house expansion. We can hopefully move Blaze's room to the basement. I just got to figure out where I'm gonna put the stairs. I mean, would it be weird if I put stairs outside leading to the basement? I just don't really want to have to do that. I don't. And then also we need a backyard. We need a swing set. We need some playground equipment or something, maybe a pool because Waverly's a water sign. So we definitely have a lot more left to do with the house, but it is officially expanded. It's looking a little bit better. We have a little bit more room. So hopefully you guys like the way it turned out. It's not perfect because we are on a budget, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments because I always love hearing from you guys, and I will see you very soon with another part of the Zodiac series, but that is all for today, so bye guys.